Okay, I've loaded up December 12th in the morning on gold. And the first thing I want to do is I want to look at the daily, the 4-hour, and the 60-minute to see which direction the trend is headed. So if I flip over to the 4-hour, you can see it's moving up. 60-minute, same. The yellow trend line is moving up. If I come back over to the daily, you'll notice that we're approaching this level that I've drawn, just manually drawn on the chart. And I recognize this level as a pattern B level and well, first of all, the levels are defined by at a pivot high, they're defined by the body high of the candle, and at a pivot low, they're defined by the body low of the candle. And you can see that this is a pattern B because it has a pivot high, then a pivot low, and then a pivot higher high. So that creates this pattern, right? But then price closes below that, what we call support to the high. So price closes below that. Now, if price comes back up to that original pivot high, we can call it the OG. If it comes back up to that level, that's a pattern B. So high, low, higher high, closes below, works its way over multiple days, and comes back up to that level. That's a pattern B. And I know that pattern Bs are going to be strong signals. So you can see those throughout on all the different time frames. The signals and the levels are fractal in nature. They work on every time frame, every instrument. They are more reliable the higher up the time frames you go. So the 60 minutes more reliable than the 15. The 4-hour is more reliable than the 60-minute, and the daily is more reliable than the 4-hour. And you can do weekly, and you can take it even further. There are people that know a lot more about these levels than I do, but what I've done is I've tried to simplify it for myself into just these two simple patterns that happen all the time, and they are pattern A and pattern B. So pattern A is simple as well. Let's try to find one. I've added some additional pivot cross levels. I'm not sure if this comes up quite a bit, but if I want to add additional signals historically, I need to open up the indicator and increase the number of pivot cross levels. In this case, I've increased it to 20. But you can see that pattern A happens quite a bit as well. Pattern A is simply, and this also can happen over multiple, long time horizons. But you can see that it's a pivot high meeting with a pivot low, or vice versa for shorts. And the trend line can only cross it one time. So here it starts down at a pivot high, the trend line crosses it, and then it comes back and it wicks that level. That's a pattern A. So same thing here. And you can see these across lots of different, across every time frame and every instrument. So right now I'm on GC, but you can, let's set this color that we created earlier. We'll set that to red. If we flip over to NQ, you'll see the same thing. So if I flip everything over, give it a second. And we're waiting. There we go. So you can see on the 5-minute horizon where this pivot low meets with this pivot high, and you get a really nice drop. On lower time frames, again, you have to be careful with the wicks because the wick can occur at the correct level, cause the signal, but then the next bar can create a higher wick. So that happens quite a bit on lower time frames. So you just have to be careful and make sure you're looking at your order flow on either on any time frame, but I like to look at the 1 minute time frame. So you can see, like, I don't take signals off of the 1 minute chart. I only look for confirmation and entries off of the 1 minute chart. So if I scroll back over here on NQ, I probably might not take. I like this because of the where the POC is on the wick. I don't like that it's increasing in delta, but I do like that there's trap traders. So price is way down here, but there's buyers. You can see the blue levels that are trapped. That would be a confirmation indicator to me that even though this isn't strongly red, it's pretty red. The linear regression is pretty red for the CVD. And there's also these trap traders as well as the POC in the way up high in the wick. So this is a pretty good signal that I got off the 5 minute that I would take off of by looking at getting confirmation on the 1 minute. Anyway, let's jump back over to gold. So I started off the day by looking at the 60-minute, 4-hour daily. I see that this pattern B is potentially forming. I marked on the daily, I'll probably mark the charts. And in this case, I marked the charts and I also set this to all charts so that I could see it everywhere. And then I will wait for this thing to finish loading. It's taking its sweet time. Maybe I can decrease the number of bars on the daily. See what I already have that down to. Oh, I already have that down to 50. Probably leave it like that. Okay, so I'm gonna hit play and we're gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna speed it up so we don't sit here all day. I'll speed this up to 10. So I see a signal forming. This is 9:45. See a nice level there, but no signal. I don't chase trades. I simply wait for the signals. There's plenty of signals that happen throughout the day that I've decided there's no need for me to try to chase signals or take signals off of the 1 minute. So I'm literally scanning the different charts and just waiting for a signal and then confirming on the 1 minute. First, I'm looking for, it's easy to read for me, the CVD. This is the linear regression of the CVD, so the slope of the cumulative volume delta. And then second, I'm looking quickly at trap traders and interesting way. Oh, we're hitting that. We're about to hit that level that we marked earlier. So I know this is going to be a big trade because the daily levels are the most, besides daily levels are one of the strongest signals that you can get. So it crosses over. Is it going to blow through? Oh, we're getting trap traders here. Big one, a big set of trap traders. So, oh, and I forgot to, I need to bracket this. I usually set my stop loss to 25. And I'll break even there. There's a good trade. I don't like to re-enter. So especially if I take a trade off of the 5 minute signals, I won't re-enter. And that's basically the crux of it. You see the trap traders here that were the indicator. I'm gonna pause this. See the trap traders here and the decreasing delta. Plus we're at a really powerful signal here that formed on the daily. I'm gonna take that trade every time. If we keep going, we're the CVD is down. Now, since this signal did come on the daily, I might try to re-enter, but I might not. I might look for, now I might look for a re-entry signal on like the 1 minute. Oh, look, we got a signal in the opposite direction. So we definitely don't want to enter now. We got a signal in the opposite direction on the 5 minute. So now let's keep an eye out for a possible point of re-entry. And we hit it, as Tio would say, to the tick. So I'm going to put on my normal 25.85. CVD is
OrderFlow. Target filled.
And there you go. Now I'm going to keep letting this play out. And I'll start another video with another signal in just a minute.